We live.
Good evening, good evening, good
Hey,
evening, and good
everybody.
evening. Yes. Welcome back to the Healing Project. So
Welcome.
listen, y'all. We have an amazing guest that's coming on tonight. He is
Yes.
a relationship coach, and I hope everybody has their questions together. I hope you
Yeah,
have
because
your
I
drink
sure do.
at hand. Right, that part. Hope you have
I
your drink
sure do. I
nearby
can't wait. I got so
and
many
get ready
questions to
to
ask
ask
you.
the questions for him.
Yes.
He has been on the show once before. He is an amazing coach. He helps women who has been in relationships, who have been hurt, who's been affected by relationship stuff. So he helps nurture the women back to health. He helps nurture her back to so she can gather her footsteps again, so she can go
Yeah.
out again, and
Healing.
if she deserves, if she wants, if she decides to go back out to date again, and that's totally up to her. But that's what he does. Um, but tonight is a much needed conversation. I know myself just coming out of a marriage, and I know other women have questions and thoughts that they want to ask him, comments that they want to say. And this is the time that you can ask your questions. This is the time that you can
Yes.
ask or make your statement. And we want to know why. And this is not to bash men, but we want to know why is it that so many emotional unavailable men, and they know that they're not available, but they get into relationships, they get into and even go as far as getting married, and
Right.
get into these situations, and they know they're not ready for a relationship that they asked for. They know they're not ready for a
Let
marriage
alone a
that they
marriage.
asked for,
Yeah.
but they go and they get these into these relationships, and it ends up leaving these women hurt, leaving these
Yeah.
women feeling rejected, and we're gonna get into some of my
And
my
wasting their time.
right, right, and
Wasting
and
their
it's sad
time.
that so many men do this now. um and to me, I feel they're being selfish because
Yes.
you're not being honest, you're not being forthcoming, and you're letting women know that, hey, I'm not emotionally available for a relationship right now, and give her the opportunity or the respect, and say, I respect you, but just right now we can't, I can't deal in a relationship, and give her the opportunity
Yeah.
to say, yes, maybe I want to deal with this deal, and that's her choice, right?
Yep,
Or
that's their choice.
I'm not, oh, and I respect you, but I just can't entertain this relationship right now. And that's
Right.
cool. But again, don't be selfish and just take the woman's voice and say, okay, I'm not going to tell her anything. I'm not going to tell her that I'm still caught up in my old relationships, and I'm having healed from my old relationships, and I want to
Right.
get a relationship because I don't want to be alone. Being selfish, I say.
Yep. And
So
unhealed.
unhealed, and unhealed. Hey,
She
Miss
don't
Holly, how you doing, Miss Holly?
is she on here? Hey, Miss
Yeah, she's
Holly.
on the. So guess what, y'all? We're not gonna hold y'all any further. We have the relationship coach on
Yes.
effect. So let's introduce him, Darryle. Come on on, come on on, come on on.
Yes.
Are we there? Are we there? Are we there? Hey,
There we go.
Darryle.
There
There we
you
go.
go.
I got you.
Hey.
Are we there yet? Are we there?
Welcome.
I'm here now. I'm in good company with you.
Welcome.
Yes.
Yes, we're
How?
excited for you. We're excited
Yeah.
for you to be here. First, we want to say we thank you, and hopefully you done got healed and stuff. We pray for a speedy recovery for you, and
Thank
we
you.
hope that you're doing okay. And we're excited for you to be here because I got some questions. Oh,
Uh-oh.
I got some questions, okay?
Yes,
I was
yes,
like,
yes.
ooh, I can't wait till when he come on here, because I mean, I got a really big question, like for real. I'm so ready to dive in.
Well, let's
Right,
dive
right.
in.
So
What
welcome,
can we
welcome,
dive in?
Darryle.
We can dive
Welcome,
in because you know
We
what?
we
welcome,
could
Darryle.
dive in.
Yeah, Miss
You
Stella,
ready for the
you know
hot
what?
seat? You ready for the hot
Okay.
seat, Darryle?
Well, look. Let me just go on and pop it on off, because I mean I've been bubbling inside from all today. I've been bubbling inside, right? So
Let
let
me
me
set
just
the
go on
topic.
and pop it.
Hold on.
Okay,
Let's set the topic.
okay.
So,
Let me slow down. Let me slow
she ready to go, y'all. She ready to come out that cannon smoking. Okay.
down.
So tonight's topic is emotionally unavailable men that get into relationships knowing that they're not ready to commit.
That hits home right
Got
there.
that? You got that?
Look, he said,
That hits home right there because I was one of them. No,
Really?
oh yes. Matter of fact, my wife, she got on me about that. She's like, all these years, and I told her like I wasn't ready.
Yeah.
But I play games at the same time. When I could have told her up front.
Right.
Yeah, that's what we were saying.
Right. So
So you
we're
ready?
excited
You're
for
going to pop
tonight's
it on
show.
off. You just going to pop it on off.
We're ready.
Okay.
We have lots of questions for you, Darryle.
Okay.
And I know some of the women that's watching on tonight has a lot of questions for you as well. And I'm going to talk a little bit about my situationship that I just got out of my marriage. But again, we're going to talk about some things. And tonight, it's all about the Healing Project is all about being transparent. It's all about allowing people to come to this platform, feel safe in this platform, meaning they're able to share their story. They're able to share what they're feeling and not be judged. This platform is for individuals that can come here and find healing, or even the start of where we're able to plant a seed in somebody's life where they're still stuck in a situation, or they're still stuck in their feelings, or they're still hurt from their last relationship and don't know how to properly get out of that, that funk. So we want you to come on tonight, Darryle. We want you to share. We want you to talk. We want you to be transparent. We want you, don't hold anything back. Don't sugarcoat nothing. Don't water down anything. Because in order for people to receive their true healing, we have to be transparent. In order for people to receive their true healing, we have to have people that's going to be honest. And this is what this is all about. So go ahead, Whitney. Go for it, girl.
Okay. Okay. So Mr. Darryle.
Yes.
Look. So I want your honest opinion about spinning a block. First I'm gonna tell you how I feel about it, right?
Okay.
I feel like, and for those that don't know what spinning the block is, that you end up being back in a relationship with a person that you left, and you spent the block and came back to that same relationship. So my feelings about that is that was an ex for a reason, right? I feel like the things that made you, want to be out of that relationship, when the person want to spin the block, that stuff's still there. They'll say that they have changed, and then, it's sad that the women have to find out that it's still the same person. You just try to dress it up different. But I want to know what your honest opinion I want to know what your honest opinion is about spinning a block.
Now, Miss Wendy, each situation is, and the reason why I share this, my story is a little bit different because I did spin the block.
Okay.
And we ended up getting married. But she had to see the fruit of the change in me.
Okay.
At first, she didn't see the change in me. I had to prove that to her over time.
Okay.
I was in a relationship with her. That's what she said, 12 years. I'm like, hold it. We wasn't together for 12 straight years. But I understand her mindset. Like I was sharing with you at the time, I just wasn't prepared. I was honest with her. And I wanted to have fun at the same time and also have my woman on the side. But in most situations, especially at our age, we should learn. We really should learn.
On now.
But the heart, we're emotional. We get into our feelings when Matter of fact, I shared it with Dr. Tina. Hey, the Holy Spirit told me. I just ignored the Holy Spirit.
Mm.
And when we ignore the Holy Spirit, the spirit of discernment, we get ourselves in trouble. I have so many conversations
Absolutely.
with women and men, and they
Absolutely.
say the same thing. They talk smooth. I want to give them another chance. They say they change, but change takes time and has to be
Yes.
authentic.
Yes.
Now, for an undeveloped man, you will see the change because it's not going to change. It's going to
Right.
stay
Yes.
the way.
Right.
You can see a temporary change, and that was it. But he's going to go right back to his old ways.
That part.
Mm-hmm.
That part.
And we, yeah, and and we can't feel bad about what we do. It's a lesson learned. Good
Yeah.
people have good heart. We want to see the best in people,
Right.
but
Yeah.
unfortunately, it hurts us when we
Yes.
do step outside of the spirit. When
Right.
spirit, when the whole, because like I said, I had so many conversations with so many people. I say, "What did the Holy Spirit tell you?" I said, "Gerald, leave him alone." But what did you do?
Mm-hmm.
Went right
Still
back.
went forward.
Yes,
Right.
Yeah.
hurting you over and over and over again. The cycle don't stop. Only way the cycle
Right.
stops if we put those boundaries in place.
Okay.
Right.
Non-negotiables. No, I'm not gonna be putting up this. Hey, you told me this. You had your chance. I need to move on to someone that God has for me, someone better than what you're giving me.
That part. That
A
part.
lot of
Yeah.
times
That's good.
we sell ourselves short.
Right. And that's good,
No.
Darrell, because the reason why Wendy asked that because I spun the block.
Yeah, she did. You know, and I be look, and I be telling her we ain't spending no more blocks. I
I
said
mean,
it's a reason. It was a reason why you left him the first time. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right. And
And
we all learn. We learn, and like Darrell was saying that oftentimes we want to see the best in people, and I know that we have
yeah,
been separated. And well, I'm not gonna say sometimes. A lot of times, people they have that mask that they put on. You know,
yeah,
um they go to church. They want because they know you go to church. They go to church. They trying to read the Bible
the
because they know you read the
representative.
Bible. Right. So they're doing these things, but then eventually those things are going to eventually stop. And
Yeah,
exactly.
you're
because
going
the
to
mask
see
gonna
those
fall
things.
off.
Right. And so you see those things stop, but then you already in the midst of it. And it's like, oh my God, I'm stuck. I'm in quicksand now.
And you're trying to
And
save
now
it.
I'm sinking, right.
Yeah.
And then
Right.
you pray because the first thing they say you pray, the praying wife. So you pray. And so you're
Mm-hmm.
praying. And then even though it's like the more you pray is the more that they resist. It's more that they coming against you and they just bucking. It's like, okay, Lord, you're going to do something. And then immediately for myself, I can't speak for
Mhm.
others, but immediately with myself, I began to pray, Lord, forgive me. I know you didn't say for me to go back into that, but
Hmm.
forgive me because I know that we were unequally yoked because we were all on two separate pages. He wasn't where I am spiritually. And so that
Yeah.
caused a lot of conflict
Or
because
mentally
right. And
and
emotionally.
financially.
Yes.
Let's
And
just say
so
all the way around.
Yes. It messes with the whole mindset and ruins your
All
yeah,
the way around.
yes,
oh,
absolutely. Absolutely. It
always tell
did.
If we
people,
been if we keeping
always,
a buck is all the way around.
Yes,
It's like
absolutely.
I know some people may you know, keep looking at the potential, but if the person don't see the potential in themselves,
Mm, right
you
there.
can't
Right
want it
there.
more than you can't want it more than they do. You know what
right.
I'm
That's
saying?
it. That's
If
it.
they haven't put in the work, and like you were saying, Mr. Darrell, you was talking about, your wife, you had to show her. And a lot of times they're not taking the time to allow that person to show them that they've changed.
Mm-hmm.
They
Exactly.
just taking, they just taking words at face value, but not looking at the fruit of this person's actions. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? And
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
jumping before the time. And like I be joking with Tina, we sisters, we be joking all the time, and I just be saying, don't be spinning the block no more. We ain't spinning no more block.
I was
And
gonna make my
you know,
shirt for the night, but I didn't have time to make my
yeah,
shirt. Don't spin the block.
and it's not, is out of fun. It's not. It's lifting her up because I know what type of woman she is. You know what I'm saying? And me on the outside looking
Mhm.
in, I was just like, why did you even do that? Because you're a much way above him that he can't even, see where you're at and try to, even come up to where you're at because he's so busy, down here and he's comfortable where he's at. She's business minded,
Right.
she's education minded. You know what I'm saying? She's always thinking of ways to make money. You know what I'm saying? But if you don't have a person that's like that, they're going to start resenting you because they keep seeing you growing. She's
Yeah.
always in education. She's always, going to the next level in education. And for a person that can't see themselves there, there's going to be resentment there because he's watching her grow without him.
And that's why a lot of couples fail because one is growing and one stop growing. Like I
Mhm.
Yeah,
share with people, you cannot resuscitate the dead. You are not Jesus Christ.
That's
Okay,
it.
right.
Come on. Come on.
we have to realize that. Let the dead go. Let them do their thing. Or if they have
Come
been,
on.
there's so many, like I said, potential. Do you know how many
Mhm.
graveyards in the
Okay,
cemetery?
it's full of potential. Full of potential,
Yeah,
okay?
It's a lot.
My
It's a lot.
goodness.
but
Let's
My
talk about
goodness.
go ahead.
let's talk about why are these men, or what, how can I say it, what makes these men unavailable to love, or or to communicate, because oftentimes in these relationships, and with minds, he didn't want to communicate. He will make detours when I try to have conversations. So with women, so for women that are watching, what can you share with them to give them some red, some signs to watch for when they're in a relationship, to know that, okay, this is, you need to take the back door and get the heck up out of here. Because oftentimes some women don't realize the signs.
Mhm.
Some know the signs and just ignore the signs. But for the ones
Mhm.
that truly don't know the signs, what signs should they look for, Darryle?
One of the biggest signs, look at their family environment.
Mm.
A lot
Okay.
of times, some men don't know how to love because they weren't taught love. If
Mm-hmm.
they're still healing, they just see what's in their family. If their family's
Okay.
destructive, guess what? They're destructive as well,
Mm.
Right.
most
Okay.
likely. So that's one red flag.
Okay.
Also, how did he talk to his parents, his mother? It's out of respect,
Okay.
because that's very important. Because if he can't respect his mother, he ain't gonna respect you. One
Right.
of the biggest red flags is he disappears. You guys make plans. He always canceling plans, always making excuses.
Yes, she does, Miss Holly.
There's no way in the world. I like what Neil Long said.
Hmm.
If you can go 24 hours without talking to me, then I don't need to talk to you anymore.
That part. That's good.
Okay.
That's good.
Seriously.
And that's one of the biggest red flags. If a man cannot make a commitment, if he can't open up his feelings for you,
Uh-huh.
if he's always
Yeah, Miss Holly.
getting getting angry over conversation, like you said, Dr. Tina, you guys might have conversation, he get offended.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Then he
You're
has some
saying you
emotional.
talking too much.
Yes, yes, he has some emotional trauma he has to deal with. A lot of men still healing. Now it's finally
Yes.
came out during the pandemic. How many black men have mental illness? Mental.
Mm.
Right.
We have
Mm.
been taught all our lives, suck it up. That's
Yeah.
it. Suck
Yeah.
it up. Be a man. Men don't cry. Now these days, men are finally open up because our blood pressure high, our stress level is high.
Come on.
It's just
Hypertension, everything
yes,
else. Yeah.
it's a daily life.
Mhm.
But now we finally have, because it used to be taboo in the black neighborhood. What?
Yes.
Yeah.
Not anymore, because mental health is so important. It is.
Yes.
Right.
It is.
By just having those conversations, find his mental capacity. Is he able to share his past
Mm.
mistakes?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Is he always blaming others for his mistakes, faults? Does he always play the victim role?
That's good. Good. That's good.
Yeah, that's good.
And so good. But even
Let me
too, like with inconsistency.
Yes.
So, you know,
yeah,
and I'm big on that
Can't
consistency. If you
communicate.
can't be consistent, there's an issue. You
Right.
know,
yeah.
even lying all the time. And the one phrase that I just like right now is "I got you." Ooh, don't say that to me. Don't say that to me, because that right there is a trigger. Because that's what I heard all the time. I got you. I got you. I got you, but never had me.
Mm.
And
Mhm.
so, and that caused a lot of issues or conflict where I'm trying to conversate and ask questions, and he would never talk. He would shut down and not talk. But he'll go and tell my pastor that I talk too much, and then go and talk to his friends and family and talk bad about me.
That's a major red flag right there.
Yeah,
A
Disrespect.
man's supposed to step
yeah,
up for his wife, for his woman. Plain and simple.
Right. He's
yeah.
supposed to be the protector, not the one causing the offense.
You're right. Matter of fact, my mom shared this with me. Darryle, I want to know what's going on in your marriage. Okay? Because what's
Uh-huh.
going to happen is you have your family members hating this person because one thing they did.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
They ain't gonna
Yep.
never forget about it.
They
Even though
getting one side.
you're right, just one
Mhm,
side of the
mhm.
story.
Yeah, and that's true. And I want the women to understand that, you know, when you see the inconsistency, take it for what it is, because that's what they're showing you who
Yeah.
you really are. And if they have an issue with you bringing it up or voicing it, that's on them, not you,
Right.
because
Yeah.
you have the right to create and set those boundaries. You have the right to say, I'm not gonna tolerate it, like Darryle mentioned, I'm not gonna tolerate it.
Mhm.
But if we go into a relationship or a marriage and not have boundaries,
Right.
then we cannot be upset about how he is acting or treating us. Why? Because we have not set those boundaries. And those
Right.
boundaries need to be set in the beginning. And that's
Right.
something
Yes.
that I failed to do. I didn't set those boundaries in the beginning. Why? Because it was something familiar to me.
Let me ask you this
Yes.
question. Did he
Yes.
have any clear direction how to lead you?
No, because
Um,
That's a
when
red
we
flag.
had conversation, yeah, when we had conversation, I would ask him, "What's your 30-day goal? Do you have a 30-day goal? Do you have a 60-day goal? Do you have a 90-day goal?" And all he would say was, "I just want to finish working, and I just, you know, maybe 5, 6 years from now, I just want to, you know, retire." But nothing ever was set in stone where I have, this is what I
Bring it
want in
down.
60 days, this
Right.
is what I want in 90 days, this is what I want in a year.
mhm.
So I'm more of that only because I'm trying to leave legacy for my grandkids and my children. So when I'm gone, they don't have to worry about anything.
See,
And that's something.
a
Mhm.
man that's available, he will have those directions. He will have those goals for leadership. He would let you know, hey, baby, this is what we're going to be doing. We're going to buy
Yes.
a house. We're going to do this for the kids, college fund. We're going to start,
Yeah.
this is how much money we have saved in that account. If you're
Yes.
not putting those words out there and affirmation and always praying over you, covering you,
Mm-hmm.
he's unavailable.
Yeah.
Right.
And
And
that's
that's why I
good.
was going to ask you, like, say a young woman or older woman, they're single and then they meet somebody. How would they recognize a emotionally healed and intelligent man
He would
and
have those
that's
conversations.
available?
No, he was have those conversations with you. He'll let you know he's been hurt.
Mm.
He's
Okay.
he's not going to hide it. But if he lets you know that he's been hurt, that's fine. But the next question you need to ask: are you healed?
Okay.
He's not
Yeah.
healed, then you need to let him get himself together.
Right.
Right.
Certain questions we need to start asking from the beginning. For so long, we just been hiding
Mhm.
certain things, asking the basic questions. We
Do
just
you
can't
got
ask
a
basic questions
car?
more.
Do you got a job?
Right.
Do
You
you
know,
got
Don't
a
be
place to
afraid. Don't be
stay?
afraid to ask those questions
Yeah.
either, because I know I've seen some women make videos and they talk about how, they're afraid to ask questions because they're afraid if the man's going to leave or not. If he leaves, that's good for you, because now you don't have to deal
Yeah.
with it.
Because that's
You didn't
he's
protected
gonna
for
he's gonna
you.
out
leave. He gonna make
leaves.
any excuse to leave anyway. If he don't
Right.
want to
Hmm.
leave,
So it's
That's
good
true.
to ask. It's good to ask questions, even if they say you talk too much. That's all
Right.
right. Keep
Okay.
talking.
Because you
Yeah,
got
that's
to,
Keep
because
talking.
they, if they say you talking too much, they basically want you to shut up so that you not getting to the real root of who they really are,
right.
because you're meeting a representative. And once
Right.
you meet you're meeting the representative. But once
Right.
you start asking all of those questions, the representative got to move out the way, and the
That
real
part.
person got to rise up and start speaking for himself. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Mhm.
Because we have wasted too much time, and men too. It's just not for women, it's for men too, that you
Right.
should be asking the right questions so that, you're not wasting your time because life
Right.
is short. And
Too
so,
short.
if, I'm going to sit up here and, waste 2, 3 years with somebody and we never even accomplish nothing. That we're not doing that. I'm
Yeah.
63. We're not doing that. I'm
Oh,
not
Right.
moving too fast, but at the same time, I want to know I'm working towards something
And
and
right.
not
What's the
being
ultimate
held
goal?
back. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
is this marriage bound? Is this, or you just want to be a friend with benefits? We don't do that. You know what I'm
We ain't doing
saying?
that over here.
Let me know up front so that I can let you know that I don't waste your time, because you
Right.
could be trying to talk me and try to talk me out my panties, and
and your money?
we're not doing all that.
Yeah.
Right.
We're not doing all
Holly
that.
has a question. Holly said, "How many dates should she go on before she has the boundary conversation?"
Well, there isn't.
Girl,
There
one
really is no
right
magic number.
then, the first one.
Well, I would say really is no magic number. You got to fill them out. But
Okay.
Yeah, the
yeah,
first, the first one.
because if you
Why
don't
waste that time?
because if you two don't have no
Tell them
connection,
the first
why do you have
one.
that conversation about boundaries? If you two
What
not
would you
connect,
say, Daryl?
if you two don't have that connection, why you even have a conversation about boundaries?
Right.
If you're not connecting, you don't guys don't feel each other. Just let the person go. That's your boundary right there. Hey, this person
Yep.
not for me.
Yeah, that's good.
Exactly.
That's good. That's good. If
It's just
anyone
not
is
about
watching, if you guys
wasting
have
your time.
questions, place your questions in the comments and we will answer if you have questions that you want to ask Daryl. So
But
Daryl will
like,
be able to answer the questions for you. Again, we're talking about unavailable men in this topic on tonight. We're talking about men who are getting into relationships and in marriages who are emotionally unavailable and they cannot be stable in any kind of relationship.
Hmm.
and when did like you were saying the very first day, I would say the first 3 days, you start having that
First 3 days.
conversation. Yes,
Yeah.
Okay.
even about money. Okay, because we need
Yeah, talk
you
about
have
everything
yes,
because you don't want to keep going on these dates and you never even spoke about anything. And the thing with me with dates is, I don't get, okay, you want to go on this expensive date. You don't even know if you like this person or not.
right.
It
Yeah.
doesn't really have to be some expensive date. The date is supposed to be a setting where you can get to know that person,
Like an
right?
interview,
Right.
That could
Right.
be anything.
Absolutely.
You could go to the
Absolutely.
park, sit at the park. You can, go for coffee
Cup of
or
coffee.
tea.
Yep.
You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? And have
Dessert.
your initial conversation with this person because you spend all this, and I'm speaking for the men too. You spend all of this money and you find out you don't even like this person. Or you
yep,
find out that you was just being used for a meal. You know what I'm saying? Cause she do this 3, 4 times a week. You know what I'm saying? Go
Mm-mm,
on different
mm-mm.
dates with different people. And social media has just really ruined dates period to me because
yes.
of how you gonna take me to Applebee's? What's wrong with Applebee's?
Let's
Okay,
talk
What's
about
wrong with
that
the
right there.
cheesecake?
Let's talk
What's wrong
about
with
that
the
right there, Daryl.
cheesecake factory? Ain't nothing wrong with that. You asking this
No.
man to take you somewhere where you don't even take yourself.
And
And
that's
that's
true. Let
crazy
we
to
go
me.
on we're gonna pause. We're gonna put a sticker pin right there. So Darryle, something Wendy talked about. She's talking about, women asking for men to take them out on expensive dates where they're spending $300-400 on a meal, first dates. So from a man's standpoint, what are your views on that?
It's not happening, especially at my age. I'm sorry.
Okay.
First of all, I'm not sure it would be even worth it. I gotta get to know you on a
Right.
personal level. And for you, and I always have this conversation, bros. I'm like, man, this is where we messed up at. Don't start something you can't continue.
Come
You take
on,
out,
right
Yeah.
there.
you take out them,
Right
them
there,
big
right
Started,
dates.
you got to keep
Yes,
it
you don't
going.
expect that. Then all of a sudden it's like, hold it, why are we going to Applebee's now? Now she got attitude
Yeah.
Yep,
because you
that's
started.
I
good.
feel like that expensive date
Mhm.
is, as you're growing in your relationship, say
Yeah,
it's an anniversary date,
Mhm.
you taking her to the
I agree.
steakhouse or something. It's
I truly
because
agree.
that she's earned that, not really earned that, but, showed herself to be worthy of him spending money like that. And
Right.
he
Yes.
likes her. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
And it's
right.
like, I don't get that.
Well, it's social
You
media.
know,
Social media
yeah, it
has
has
men,
tainted
yeah,
dates
yeah,
Yeah.
and
men.
has tainted, I feel like social media has just ruined, potential relationships, period.
Mhm.
Because
Right.
these people are looking at, this phony stuff on social media, behind closed door. Them people ain't living like that. They not, they just
So
doing this
Daryl,
for show, for views and likes.
right. So Daryl, here's another question on the table. What do you mean talk about money? What in particular does the money conversation look and sound like?
I didn't know your damn credit score. I'm sorry. I I I, I
Okay.
got I got in a situation. The lady gonna tell me I didn't know I had an eviction. How you know you had an eviction?
Oh,
Huh.
really?
I mean, her credit. This is okay. My bad days. Okay, put it that way. Um,
These are my bad days.
yeah, that's one thing. That's one thing I learned from this woman who I dated for a while. Even got engaged to her too early.
Okay.
Did not have those conversations. When we got a house together, that's when the credit
Mhm.
stuff came up. I'm like, oh my
Right.
god,
You
Yes.
got
Yes.
blindsided.
because my credit, I didn't have to do anything, but with her credit, I had to put $5,000 down.
Um.
I'm
Mm.
like, you could have told me, had this conversation. How you did not know your credit this bad? You just
Yeah.
played me. Come on, I'm not stupid now.
Right. Right.
So and when I try to help her out, have this conversation, oh, you're not my
Mhm.
dad. I'm trying to help you get out of the situation you're currently in, but you don't want to listen.
Yeah.
Right.
You just want
And
to
that,
just take and take.
and that's sad because when you have one that is that's the person that's worrying about or more concerned about their finances versus the other one who's not,
Right.
because that was something else in my scenario where in the process of purchasing a home and he didn't want to help with the down payment, he didn't want to help do anything. So what I told him, because first of all, I'm not going to take care of a grown man,
Right.
but
Come on now.
my thing I said was, if you can sit on the sideline and watch me build brick by brick, carrying the studs, pouring the slab, if you see me doing these things and you cannot pick up anything and help me, don't think you're going to come over there and be able to participate or partake in what the blessing is at the end. And
Right.
so that was an issue, and that is something very important, and I wish I had done it beforehand.
Mhm.
But let's talk about that now. Let's I want to share that with women, before you guys get too far into where your emotions are, you're feeling that guy, you're thinking about the love word, right? But need y'all to really take into consideration that those things. Talk about your finances, talk about what you want out of life. Even if you don't have kids and he doesn't have children, you guys talk about that too. Talk about,
Hmm.
where do you see yourself? You buying a house? Do you want to buy a
Right.
house? Because now that you got all these things out of the way, now you can make your final decision. Do I want to stay in this relationship with this person, or do I just want to, just go on, take the high road, because these are things that now happen into my marriage, things that I didn't discuss prior to. And now that I am aware, now I want to share this, not to belittle him or in any kind of way, but this is something because for me,
Shed
not
light.
doing these things, it has caused, I won't say trauma, but it has caused me some resentment towards him. And not, and I don't want to be that way, because I don't, and I never will cause, say anything ill will about him. But my thing is this: I don't want other women to repeat the same cycle that I've gone through or that I did. So in the beginning, knock those questions out. And if he cannot handle those questions, that's on him again. That's not on you. But you
Right.
need to ask these questions, because you need to know firsthand if he's for you. And
Right.
if
Yeah.
he's not, if y'all not equally yoked, baby, I'm telling y'all, because it'll
Don't
save y'all
do
some
it.
heartache. Because if you in the word
Yeah.
and you doing the covering, and if you're a woman and you doing the covering, and knowing you're supposed
Nothing
to as a
wrong
woman,
with that.
as a wife, you still cover your husband, but your husband is
Yeah.
supposed to cover you as well.
Over
And if
you.
he
Yeah.
cannot cover you, there's an issue.
Yes. Big one.
There's
Big
And,
truly
one.
an
Holly, you just don't come out and ask them like, how much money you make or how much money you got in your bank account. Yeah, you're gonna avoid those questions. But you want to know if does he spend money? Is he a saver? Um, is he financially responsible? Do we have a
Mm-hmm.
home? Are you looking to purchase a home? What do financial stability looks like to you? Just ask a simple question, and
yes,
then,
yes.
those doors will open up.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he
And
just
if he doesn't want to talk about it, and he's being hesitant about it, and he's stuttering, and oh, I gotta go to the
That's you.
bathroom, that's your
That's your
sign right
exit
there.
phase,
That's
right?
your sign. That's your sign. So let's I'm gonna ask you this question, Darryle. So do you feel that emotional unavailability is a personal trait, or is it something that was learned?
something that was learned.
Okay.
Mm.
Now elaborate a little bit on that.
Well, just like as I share this with people, if you
Mhm,
never
mhm.
seen a loving relationship in your home, how you know what a loving relationship is? If you
Oh,
True,
didn't see
that's
your mom
true.
being loved, you didn't see your
true,
dad being loved,
true,
Yeah.
it's going to reflect
true.
how you see relationships. That's why relationships are so messed up now, because kids
Mhm.
are not seeing that. They
Yes.
seeing
Yeah.
they think twerking is cute. They think taking advantage of
Right.
women is cute. Men
Yeah.
think taking advantage of women is a man.
Yeah.
It's, our mindset are so messed up, and that's why
Right.
we have to start taking each not just black men but women too need to start
Women
taking
too. Yeah.
accountability of,
Yes, yes,
of ourselves.
absolutely.
Generational.
Absolutely.
Ourselves. Yes,
Absolutely.
and
You know, I
until
seen
until, yeah, until we
oh,
deal with
go ahead. There.
ourselves, until we deal with ourselves on a personal note,
Uh-huh.
do not drag someone in your mess. Like
Come
someone drove
on.
me in
Right.
their mess. I was at
Come
peace. I
on.
was doing good. Why you gonna drag
That
me in your
part.
Okay.
mess?
That part.
For real.
Yeah,
That part. And and
And
don't be selfish. Don't and that's what I say that it is, because if you know that you don't have what it takes to be an available spouse or available boyfriend or available girlfriend, if you don't have the capacity, don't, like you said, Darryle, don't involve me in your mess, because why? Now
yeah.
you're taking me down. So now that I didn't dealt with this, you didn't brought me in here. I'm an innocent bystander. You didn't brought me in.
Right.
So now I'm trying to deal with it, and now you're making me second guess myself, because now in the midst of all this, I feel I'm being rejected because you're not
Yeah.
available for me. We can't have these conversations. There's no intimacy, so therefore I feel abandoned in a marriage or a relationship. And so these are things that are very important, the reason as to why you need to ask these questions beforehand before getting
Yeah.
into it. Therefore you're not faced with this, you're not faced with asking yourself, was it me? Did I cause this? What's going on with me? And it's not
Mm.
you, it is the individual itself that needs to deal
Right.
with issues from the past, or mother issues from the past, and deal with these things before getting into a relationship.
exactly.
Yeah. And then too, there's I was thinking about this too. I had seen a post that said, "Is there a war between black men and black women?"
Mm,
And so
mm,
my answer was, there's not a war, but there's hurt and disappointment
Mm-hmm.
on both
Amen.
sides.
But you
Yeah.
That
know what?
we're disappointing each other
But
because
it's much
we're
bigger,
not,
much bigger than that too.
huh?
It's
What you
much
said,
bigger
Daryl?
than that. It's much bigger than that. It's spiritual.
Yeah.
Yes, that
Yeah.
too. You
Yes.
know,
Yes. Yes.
Because we
because
we tear our ankle down.
Say that, Daryl.
we're
Go ahead, Wendy. I'm sorry.
we're not protecting one another. We're not
Mm-hmm.
trying to grow with one another.
Mm-hmm.
We're constantly tearing each other down,
Uh-huh.
and then to step out into a different race because this woman has, been in the trenches with you. And then
Mm.
when you make it, she's left in the dust. And then you feel like you need to go get a trophy because you done made it, but you forgot she was in the trenches with you, you
That's
know?
good.
And
That's
so
good.
that brings about a lot of hurt and you know there's a lot of broken homes, you know children being born out of wedlock, and people are walking away from responsibilities, and now you have bitterness done seeped in because it's like, okay, I was with you, but now that I have this child, I gotta do this by myself, and you don't feel
Mm.
like you could do any effort,
That's good.
any,
That's good.
responsibility, but you could get with somebody else and
Who
take
has
care of their
kids?
child.
Yes. Come on. That's
You
good.
know what
That's
I'm
good.
saying? And it's
That's good.
hurtful. You know what I'm saying? And then you got the women, that are bitter and hurt, and then they're bringing all of these different, men around their children because they're hurt, just because they're trying to find somebody to fill that void that you left.
Mm.
And then the man I see on that side, he got resentment because he's feeling like you had this child on me and I didn't want no child, but you had it anyway. And now you expecting me to stand up, but I don't want to stand up, and then
That's a
she's,
whole that's a whole
you know,
different story. That man
ain't
should
it?
run his damn self. Okay, you should.
Yeah,
What
You
you
can't
say,
blame
Daryl? Go
nobody
ahead.
but you
yeah,
because you think in it too. So you got to take responsibility. Plain and simple.
right,
I'm tired of black
right.
men using that excuse. As you
Mm-hmm.
know what?
Yep.
Let me share this with you. I had this conversation with a few women a couple
Okay.
months ago. Black men, we caused this. We caused this. We brought this stuff on. When our
Hmm.
women were faithful, had our backs, we
Mm.
decided to do something different.
Yeah.
Now,
Mm.
guess what?
Mm.
The black women have flipped the script, and black men are pissed off because now they can't stand
Mm.
the game being played on them now
Yee.
Hmm.
because we've been playing that game for the longest. And our black
Man.
women stood up with guts.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's
But
deep. This is deep.
yes,
That is
It's
but
because
now,
deep.
you
mm,
wanna love your black man. You know what I'm saying? You wanna be the one that helps him, you know, fight life because he already fighting a battle soon as he walk out the door with the
exactly,
Yeah.
world. And so
exactly,
when he
Right.
comes home, he should be able to come home to his queen and she, take away the frustrations of that day. But when he step in the door now, it's another fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's
yes.
crazy. And then the poor kids
Mhm.
in the
Are
middle
in
of
the midst of it.
everything and
Yeah.
they watching all of this stuff. And so now they're growing up thinking that this is
That's
how
the norm.
love
Right.
is.
Mm-hmm.
You supposed to hit your woman upside the head. Woman,
Mm-hmm.
he supposed to take, she taking care of a deadbeat. You supposed to do the same thing. The girls are thinking that. And it's like that cycle has got to be broken. And it's gotta start with, getting healing first. You know what I'm saying? Quit jumping in and out of these relationships thinking just because you get with a new person, things are going to change, but they're not going to change because you're taking the same stuff into the new relationship. And so it's like nobody is getting healed from nothing. Everybody is scared of being by themselves, but you don't understand. Once you be by yourself, you learn about yourself. You
Yeah.
learn about, what you want out of life. You have a
Hmm.
chance to sit and think, over your past mistakes and learn
Right.
from them and not keep making the same mistakes and become a bag lady, bringing all these bags into different relationships. And then you just keep, picking up bags and making soul ties. And then you wonder why things are not, working out.
And that's
I
why
I
it's
want to ask
important.
you. I
That's
want to
why it's
ask you this,
important to have
Mr. Darrell.
these talks, having these talks.
When people when women get out of relationships, how long do you think they should be single before they get into another relationship?
That once again, it depends on the pain.
It's us on the person.
Yeah, the pain that they have gone through. Who knows
Yeah,
what they've been through? Everyone levels are
Yeah,
different. It's just
that's
like when
it.
somebody tell you about, let's say your mom passed away. Someone tell you to get over it. How you gonna get over it? You can't tell me a time there to get over my
That's
hurt, my
it.
pain.
right,
That's it.
So you got to let
right,
each individual deal with that. Hopefully, in time, hope it don't take no 10 years, but in
right,
some cases, you just know you don't know the damage has been done, the
Right.
the manipulation, the
Yes.
the mental abuse, the physical
Yeah.
abuse.
Yes.
yeah,
Someone have been raped.
Yeah.
We don't even
yeah,
talk about that because a lot of women been raped.
That's it.
yeah,
And that's the issue right there. Everybody has an idea when somebody's supposed to heal, but
Right,
nobody has
yeah,
actually went through what that person went through. You can't tell, like you said, Joe, you can't tell me when to heal. You can't tell me when to get into another relationship. It's up to me to decide if I'm going to get in the next relationship. But I need to know
right,
myself, am I healed? Have I gotten over what somebody else has done to me? And because I don't want to bring it to the other person, or I don't want the other person to be, penalized for somebody else's mistake. So,
right,
and when you're mature enough and you understand that, then they can make sound decisions because now they know my healing is on the line. My life is on
right,
the line. You know what I'm
right.
saying? I can't stay stuck here. And a lot of people, even in the relationships, and granted, people do things to us, but oftentimes we hold on to the unforgiveness. We hold on to what the person
right,
has done to us, not knowing that it's causing cancer within us, not knowing that it's
right,
making us bitter, not knowing that it is causing us to bleed on other people. And that's an analogy that I use. Being a single mother, having raising up your children, and you want that man, someone that you can come home to, and having a child that says, "Why I don't have a dad," and I see other kids have their dad. Why I don't have a dad? So then that's
right,
another pressure on the mother. And so people always want to look out, they're standing on the outside looking in saying, well, you do this, you do that. You don't know my story. You do not walk in my shoes. You
right,
have not walked in my shoes. So you can't tell me how to move or how to engage with somebody else. Is it right for me to get up under somebody else? No, you need to heal first. But again, that took time for me. And it's going to take time for everybody else to get that way, because just because you know how to do it don't mean that Sally knows how to do it or Jackie knows how to do it.
right,
Maybe you've been taught. Jackie and Sally may not have been taught or don't have anybody in their on their corner that's mentoring them and inspiring them and encouraging them. But because
right,
you had somebody in your corner praying over you, telling you do this, showing you how to do this, and guiding you, then you have an up. Why? Because you had that person over here versus somebody else who don't have that.
right.
All they know is
Mhm.
toxicity. All they see is a fighting, in the relationships. My mom and my daddy fought, so that's like you said, that's the norm. So
Yeah,
why can't I get into a relationship and I do the same thing? That's normal, right? But
yeah,
but as society, we're always so quick to want to point a finger, and we're also quick to want to say he should do this, she should do that. But yet again, you truly don't know the whole story. And it's not, and it's sad that we do that as a whole. And you talking about black women and black men not together. There's a book that's out that's called from Hill Harper. It's called The Conversation, and it talks exactly what you was
mhm,
talking about, the black man, the black woman. We can't talk. There's no conversation between us.
right.
We have to get back to that, because I think we lost. I'm not gonna say we think. I know we lost it down the
Yeah,
down road somewhere, where we can't sit and have adult conversations without somebody getting upset or without somebody calling somebody out their name. And again, you said social media. Yes, social media has tainted a lot, and they see it. They see, okay, the men calling the women out their name, the bees and all this other hoes and all this other stuff. And so you have women now. You have women calling themselves, "I'm a bad bee. I'm a bad bee."
Right.
And no, that's we
Like,
we
why
lost
you calling this stuff on yourself?
right.
And
We
you know,
It's
lost.
life and
the
death and the
sad part
power
is,
of the tongue.
the
What you
sad
say,
part
Darryle?
is,
What's
the
that?
sad part is that you don't see Asian doing that on social media. You don't see
No.
No,
black folks doing that on social media. It's just only
no,
us
Yeah.
yep,
portraying into this nonsense. And
Yeah.
everyone's just looking at us like, okay, we see this an issue in the black community.
Yeah.
yep,
They destroy, we don't need to do anything. They could destroy each other. And
That's
we
it.
yep,
destroy each other,
Mm-hmm.
where the black baby's gonna come from?
Right.
yeah.
Where the
Right.
And
love gonna
that's what
come
they
from?
look at. They
Yes.
they when they see stories like, I know they was black,
Yeah.
and that's sad. You know what I'm saying? And it's like we normalize kids, cussing and doing all this old crazy stuff, thinking that it's cute and it's funny, and it's not until they get teenage years and you can't control them. Then you on there talking about, oh, they look what they did to my house. But you was also on there showing them when they was cutting up as a
Mm-hmm.
baby, and you thought it was funny, and you thought it was cute
My
Right.
and
mom,
laughing
my
and
mom is
stuff.
82 years old. I'm still scared of her. Okay.
Okay.
I'm
For
still
real.
kidding. I know
The
that's right.
respect is lost, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Because it's like it's babies raising babies. Nobody is in control. Everybody trying to be, they kid friend.
Right.
You not your kid friend. You're their parent. You can get along as you get older, you know, as an adult, you can
Right.
be friendly with them, but as far as when they kids, that ain't your friend, that's your child. And you
Right.
need to have boundaries as such, because they're not going to listen to you talking to them like you're their friend,
Mhm.
Right.
because they're going to treat you like that.
Time is getting closer to the end, but I want to address some few things before we come to a close. So, Darryle, I want to ask you on this, on the impact and the trauma. What kind of emotional or psychological impact does this dynamic have on a partner over time?
Health wise, it will limit their lifespan.
Okay.
And
Mm.
in today's society we live in, we have to be careful who we damage.
Right.
Yeah.
Was that last week? The husband killed the wife and the 8 kids?
Oh,
Yes. Oh my
well, I didn't
God.
see
Yeah.
that one.
Yes. This been
Remember
going on.
in Mississippi,
Yes.
he killed all his kids.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
See, people got to
Wow.
realize the trauma, the damage we are doing to each other.
Right.
We're taking lives now. So people need to wake
Yeah.
up, stop playing these games with people's emotions.
Mhm.
People are not
Yeah.
there. They will take you out in a minute. Every week you hear
Mm.
about somebody, husband. Matter of
Something.
fact, a mayor, the the black mayor of some city, her husband killed her.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah. It's
Mhm.
just, it's talking about the mental issues, and
Yeah.
it's just, you never, like we share, we never know the trauma someone has gone through. And
Yes.
nowadays, people, they are taking lives now.
Yeah.
This is no
Mhm.
longer funny. You got to
No.
move with intention. Even when I
Yeah.
tell people, if you escape a relationship, make sure you have a plan together before you
Right.
leave the relationship.
Right. Absolutely.
So
And you
this
have
is
to
And
what,
be
don't
mindful
stay
now.
there. Go out of
You have to
town
be
somewhere.
mindful.
yes,
Be mindful of who you with. So another question, Darryle. Why do people often stay in these types of relationships where their emotional needs are not being met?
they don't love themselves.
Hmm.
They
Mhm.
selfish. Hey, I'm guilty. It's not that I didn't love myself. I
Mm-hmm.
just settled
Okay.
because
Yeah.
I want to find a new person.
Right.
Sometimes we don't want to start all over again when we know we
Right.
need to.
Mm-hmm.
And
You
the
just
emotional damage has been done.
stay with something
Like you
that's
said,
familiar.
quicksand. You get so stuck in the quicksand, it's hard to get back out.
Yeah.
Absolutely. 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 So
And
how does go ahead?
only through God he can deliver you from that
Come
relationship.
on down.
Well,
Come
absolutely.
on.
Yeah, absolutely. Only he can do it. So how does this pattern affect self-worth and attachment style?
Well, once again, it gets down to mental health. Then
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna get down to you so used to a certain individual. Guess
Mm-hmm.
what? You can look for that certain individual into that other person that you might meet as well. Start getting to a pattern.
Mm. The trauma
The,
bond,
Wow.
trauma
Yeah.
bonding,
Yeah.
the biggest thing
trauma
we always
bonding.
share with each other is it's so easy for us to say, and I always share this with people too. We all get lonely, but that's
Right.
when the devil comes in. When you
And
get lonely,
start
you can make
with
the
Yes.
your
worst
head.
mistakes. I made worse mistakes in my life.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
like, no, what did I do? I,
Right.
you know, and so we have to be careful of our emotions, and we have to look after who we are. We got to be in
Mm-hmm.
affirmation. We got to be in God's word. We got to know who
Right.
we are in God. We're God's daughters and sons. We are truly amazing. We are worth to be
Yeah.
loved. We don't need to settle for anything less. Once
Right.
we know who we are in God and understand who we are
Mm-hmm.
and what we can do, there's nothing that you want, nothing but positivity is going to be attracted to you.
True.
Mm-hmm.
Or
True.
see,
True.
just
True.
just like blood in the water, a shark will come.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
So another this is the $1 million question right here.
Okay.
So why are some people repeatedly attracted to emotionally unavailable partners?
Hmm.
This is what
That's almost like they probably unavailable themselves.
yes, that's what my therapist said the same thing.
Uh-huh.
They just not right for relationship. They just see, you know what? Repeat that question one more time. I want to make sure I have a better understanding of this.
Okay, so why are some people repeatedly attracted to emotionally unavailable partners?
Oh, there we go. That's all they used to. Plain and simple.
Yeah.
That's all they want. I think I shared this with you, Dr. Tina. I'm not quite sure if I did. I
Mhm.
dated this young lady. She
Okay.
told me I didn't love her because I didn't hit her. I
Yes,
told
you
you, my
did.
mom.
Yes, you
Wow.
did. Yes, you
But
did. Yes.
that's what she thought love was.
Mm-hmm.
People, people
Mm.
concept of love is 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 crazy this time because when I heard that from her
Mm-hmm.
and she started hitting on me, I'm like, oh no,
Oh no.
we can't do this.
He said we can't do this. No, no, no,
Okay,
no,
for
no.
real.
But that's what she knew. That's what she thought love is. And until people know what love is, I had a
Mm.
person ask me the other day, said, Gerald, I'm 50 something years old. I truly don't know what love is. That's
Mm.
sad.
Oh. And what
That
was your
is
response to
it.
that? What was your response to that?
My response is, do you love yourself?
Mm.
Mhm.
She said, Daryl, no, I don't. That's why I've been dealing with so many different issues. That's why I've been dealing with so much abuse because the
Mm.
household I was raised in, that's why I thought love was truly was. I was thought to stick by your man no matter what.
Mm.
I'm like, you realize it's 2026. Black women not playing those games now.
You sure ain't.
Okay, come on.
She said, okay,
Mm-mm.
get no, no, no,
No,
no.
no,
Because
no, no, no,
they
no,
have
no,
their
no,
own
no,
money.
no.
They have the situations have changed, but it really broke my heart because she's not the only one that feels that way. We have
Yeah,
so many people who don't know what love is. We think we
right,
know the concept of love or how we
right.
want to be loved, but until you really experience it, real love,
Mm.
Christ-given love, that godly
Mm.
love, and I always tell,
Yes,
One.
I always tell
yes.
people
That's what they
now,
need to do. Get a relationship with God, and you'll know what love is.
yes, and
Mm.
don't
You'll
be
know
Yeah.
what love is.
and don't
It'll
be
show you.
right.
It'll show you what you don't have to put up with. It'll
Mhm.
show you what you don't have to settle for. It'll show
Mm.
you that God loves you so much that He wants the very best for you.
Yeah,
And if you just wait on Him, He got that for you.
that
Yeah,
You
part.
just,
That
you
part.
spend that time with Him. He gon' bring that person. Just
But
like I've been waiting, he gonna
but
bring that person.
the
I just
biggest
been
thing
on
is,
display. That's all.
Would you say there?
the biggest thing is people are so impatient these days. They don't want to wait, and that's why
Yeah,
Yeah,
bad
yeah, yeah.
relationships.
that's why they get in them problems.
Yeah, those
But if
situations
you
are not going to
wait,
stress. Yes.
you will be okay. It's okay being by yourself. Because
Yeah.
when you get a taste of that peace,
Mm-hmm.
That's
and you
it.
know what
That's
peace
it.
feel like, you ain't gonna want nobody to invade your peace with foolishness.
And when they do,
You
you
can
know
see
where to
it
take the
right
back
off.
door and get the heck up out of
Yep.
there.
You're right
You
about
know
that.
what it look like when it's coming,
Hmm.
that you can avoid it, and you're not wasting your time. You just,
That's right.
like, no,
And
no, 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 no.
Holly said, we think we can love them into changing their partners. I'm guilty of that. I'm guilty of that too. You
Mm-hmm.
know,
Yeah.
we are emotional creatures, so we feel,
Mhm.
we feel that if we just love them hard enough, and that was my mindset. If I not this time, but
Right.
before, I would say if I loved him hard enough, I can change him.
He'll
But
change. Right.
it's like
Can't change
it
them.
was you can't change them unless they want to be changed.
Only
But
the only
I
one that
pause.
could change them is God. That's the
Right.
only
And
one.
having that
And they
mindset,
gotta
it was
want
like
to
I
change.
caused more trauma with myself having that type of mindset. But you're not, I mean, you're
Mhm.
not bad for feeling that way, Holly, because a lot of people feel that way,
A
you
lot,
know,
yeah.
self included.
But once
Hey,
you learn, baby, once you learn, you don't got to worry about that no more.
yes, and Holly said another one. We think we can love them into changing. If we give them enough love, there will give it back to us and open it up to us.
Nope.
Yes, that too.
They won't
But
do it.
Yeah,
again,
but they won't do. They're
some of
not
these
gonna do that. Though.
Some of these people don't know how to love themselves. So for them not knowing
No,
how to love themselves, they can't even give us love. And
Nope.
we
sure
and
It's
can't.
just, it's
we
just,
hold
it's,
on to hope and
it's
hoping.
just,
Go
And
ahead,
all
it's
Darrell.
just,
they doing is
it's just
sucking
going
the
to
life
drain you.
out
It's just going to drain you and piss you off.
Absolutely.
you. Yeah,
Absolutely it does. Absolutely it does.
yeah,
Now, one more question. Now, if somebody's in that cycle, they repeating the same cycle like a hamster on a hamster wheel, how can they break that cycle for good?
I would tell them go to God, find them a therapist. There's so many
yeah.
different options these days because there are professionals out there that will help you, and a
Right.
lot of companies now provide insurance that will pay for that. Now
Hmm. Hmm.
I'm lucky my company does that. Oh, okay, because I signed up for a few times. All right.
He said something for a few times. I know that's right. And it's good to hear, even though we're laughing, it's good to hear coming from a male point of view that
Yes.
he uses therapy because, again, in our world, in our society, a lot of it was taboo.
Yeah.
Yep.
We
It
didn't want
certainly
to
was.
go to therapy because we felt that if we went to therapy, that means that we were weak.
Yep.
And
Or we were
therefore
broken.
we didn't even want to
Don't
think
talk
about
about
that.
it. Right.
I'm glad to see that you're saying that, and I'm glad to see nowadays men are going and they're utilizing that benefit.
Yep.
So that's truly, truly, truly a blessing to hear that, from you because men they macho. They've been brought up to be like men don't
Right.
cry, suck them
Right.
tears, but you
Right.
shed no tear. So they were used to that, and what we were doing, and what parents were doing back then, they didn't realize it, that we were teaching our men how to be emotionally unavailable,
Yes.
Yeah.
our young sons.
Yeah.
And then when they did broke down, end up killing themselves.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Now all of a sudden, black men have they, they was talking about the suicide rate because black men are used to kill themselves,
No, they didn't used to.
Yeah.
but now,
Now they're doing it.
yes, yes,
Yes, an alarming rate at that.
yes, it
It's
is.
Yeah.
it's more. It's more. Well, I would say equal to our counterpart.
Hmm.
'Cause we didn't used to see that back in the day, but that goes to show that mental health is increasing, and
Yeah.
things like this where we're able to talk about certain topics that affect us in the whole in the community, that we're able to break it down and we're able to talk about it and discuss it and have a healthy conversation.
Right.
Not saying what you said was wrong, what I said was wrong, or vice versa, is that we're coming together as adults and we're able to have a conversation. We're able to sit at the table and discuss these things that a lot of times
Yeah.
people don't want to discuss. They don't want to talk about because they don't want, they don't want people to know their business for one, um, and then they don't want, they don't want to be shamed. But again, this platform is for people to come and talk about what it is that's affecting you, because 9 times out of 10, I can guarantee you, you're not the only one going through that or experiencing that.
Right.
But
And
once
somebody,
And
again, we blame it on
let me
social
say
media.
this too.
uh-huh,
Um, it's okay to say you're not okay.
come on, that's it.
It's okay to say you're not okay.
Yes,
If you're
ma'am.
not okay, voice that so that you can get some help. It's okay to say you're
So
not okay.
that's
You don't
real.
have to hold that in. You don't have to sit in that. You can
That's
let
it.
that out so that you can get help. It's okay to say you're not okay.
Right. That's it.
It
That's true.
truly is.
I
That's
tell
true.
God, every single day, God, I ain't doing good today. So I'm gonna need
You
your
know?
strength. I can't do it in my strength
Yeah.
today.
That's it. That's it.
And you being honest. You got to be honest with yourself
Yes.
because as you sit in it, that devil is gonna be all in your head, gonna be telling you all kind of
Battlefield
stuff.
of the
And
mind.
then
Yep.
it's gonna be more and more stuff that you done got, you know, let sit in your head. Tell somebody so that they can pray. And if you feel like you can't tell nobody, just like we sitting here talking, talk to God.
Yeah.
He'll listen and he'll help you get out of that.
Yeah.
Because
And
I was even seeing a thing where Pastor Philip Michaels, he was
uh-huh.
saying that he was preaching and everything and was in depression for 3 years while he was doing that.
Yeah. It's a lot of
Said,
people.
but he said the person that was with him through all of that was God.
Hmm. A
That's
lot of
the
And
people
that
are a
he
lot of
not
people are
afraid to
hurting.
say it.
pastor. That
A
they have
lot of
the
people are
pastor
hurting
spirit.
silently, and they don't feel comfortable. They don't feel safe telling somebody that they're not okay. And and
Mhm.
we can't blame nobody, because as society, when somebody did open up and say, "Hey, I'm not okay," they were chastised and they ridiculed because they opened up and said, "I'm not okay." But once
Yeah,
you find a safe place, even in relationships, you have to
yeah,
find that safe place. You have to feel that you're safe in that relationship, so that way
yeah.
you
To
can
open
open
up
up,
like
you can
that. Yeah.
share, right? Because you can
And
be
it's not
people,
used as a weapon against you when you get
right?
in a yeah,
And you can be in a relationship and still feel alone.
that part.
So no, so you have to, it starts with us, starts within here first.
Yeah,
And we don't know how to love ourselves. We don't know how to love anybody else. It would be
yeah,
difficult. It can be the right person, but because we don't know how to properly love ourselves, care for ourselves, make our own self happy,
right,
and we cannot expect anybody else to do those things for us, because it's still not going to be
right.
good enough.
Yeah,
Exactly. Absolutely.
So, Darryle, my
absolutely.
dear, before we go to close, is there anything that you want to say to the viewers on tonight?
Yes. If you need any, one-on-one coaching, you need some help with your relationship, you're going through some things, you can reach out to me. You can reach out to me at www.teachdteach.com. You can set up an appointment up with me, a session. We can just talk things through. It's just a 30-minute conversation. Just, if you're just feeling down and out. If I can do anything to help you, I'm here to help you. And also, you can reach me at Darryle Holloway Hughes. And you know what? I think I'm going to come out with a book called Spin the Block.
Oh, don't you do that. That's all right. That's
Yeah.
all right. I already got the script in
Hey,
mind already. I'm just
hey, we can collaborate on this.
creative.
Collaboration.
No. That's good though.
Look,
Spin the
you
block.
say no more spinning the block.
Yeah. That'd be a bestseller because I know we all have done that too.
Yes,
Okay.
sir. Yes, sir. Don't spin that
Look,
block. Don't do it.
when you find yourself spinning that block, kick it over.
Yes,
You ain't no more spinning the block.
but you know,
Kick it over.
I tell people when they want to spin that block, I'm like, get a piece of paper out. Say what you mean. I said, get a piece of paper out, write a big T, write the good and the bad. If that bad
Yeah.
Right.
more
Yeah.
than that good, move on.
Come on.
One
Come
for the
on.
highway. It was awesome. This is awesome.
Okay.
Tonight has been truly a good night. And we want to thank everybody that tuned in with us on tonight as we talked about
Yeah.
emotionally unavailable men and relationships and the marriages. I hope that something that was said on tonight was an eye opener. And if it didn't resonate with you, you know somebody else that it may resonate with, please share the video. Because
Yeah.
again, this is all about us coming together and healing, because in order for us to be our best self, we have to be healed. In order for us
Yeah.
to have, to be happy, we have to be healed, because
Mhm.
if we still holding on to that rejection and we're still holding on to that unforgiveness, we are causing more trauma to ourselves because we're holding on to it. And then when you get into another relationship, there's going to be a trigger. And trigger
Yeah.
means when it's something that somebody has done to you and you're in another relationship and that person never done anything to you. But because that resonated with somebody else back in your past, now that person's going to be the hit man. He's going to be the one who's going to get hit by your trauma because that was a trigger for you. So I
Yeah.
encourage you all to seek your healing if you need it. I encourage you because it's not embarrassing. Don't be ashamed because
No, not
everybody
at
has
all.
something. Everybody's been through something. Everybody has a story.
Mhm.
So don't
Yes,
feel that
Everybody.
your story is shameful. No, that's something that we went through. Does it make us who we are? Yes, it does. But does it
Mhm.
say that we are tainted or that we're broken? No, it just means that we need to focus on ourselves a little bit more. That means that we need to focus on who we are, because oftentimes we don't know who we are. And I ask people when I talk with them, I ask them, I say, hey, can you tell me who you are? Don't tell me that you're a mama.
Mhm.
Don't tell me that you have children. Don't tell me you're a wife. I want to know who you are. And oftentimes when I ask that question, can you believe it, Darryle? They can't answer.
I believe. I believe.
Because they just recognizing the titles that they are,
Yes. But
Exactly.
who you
not the
are without
actual
those
person.
titles, who are you? What makes you you? So that's homework
Hmm.
for everybody. Think about it. Who
Okay.
are you without your title, without the mom title, without the boss title, without a preacher or teacher, without those things? Who are you without those things?
Mhm.
Yes, Holly said it can be a testimonial because we all, what you said, we all, where'd it go? Uh oh, she didn't cut it. She cut it off. She said we all something. Finish the sentence, Holly.
It's testimony because we
But we
all
do. We
are.
all have a
Okay.
testimony.
Yeah.
All have a testimony.
You know,
And somebody's waiting on your testimony
yeah,
because that can be their break. So
absolutely.
when do you have anything to say before we close on tonight?
Thank you so much, Mr. Darrell. It was so nice meeting you and
Thank
talking
you.
with you. I appreciate you. I'm glad that
She gonna get
you
a
came
session. She
on
gonna
the
get a
show.
session with you, Daryl.
Look, I can help them with some sessions. You know what I'm saying? Sister girl been healed. You hear me? So I'm happy that I took the time, to myself and built my relationship with God and got
Yes,
healed, so that
yes,
when I am, when He does bring me, my person, that I'm ready. There's no baggage, there's no uh, traumas or anything. It's a healthy, healed woman made whole already, by God.
yes, yes, yes.
So
And I want
I am, I'm happy that I'm sitting up here reading what Miss Holly said. I took 4 years to grow my relationship with God. Come on, girl, and work on
to.
myself. Gave up alcohol and I'm celibate so I can go into my next relationship with a clear and sound mind. Come on, that's what it's all about. I've been
Now
going
I
on
want to say,
almost I've been going on almost I say 20 plus celibacy. And I got my head on straight, you know what I'm saying? It's
good, good.
almost getting into that 30 mark, but I'm not for sure. It's been so long,
You so
but
funny. It's been so long. But
it's
I
been
want
so
to,
long. But I
I
thank
want
God
to,
for that.
it's a good thing. It's a blessing. It's a blessing. But I want to give a shout out to Miss Holly. Miss Holly is my co-worker,
Yes,
and I see her, and I've seen from the time that I first started working there that she has grown. I love to see her growth. She is a wonderful mother, a wonderful daughter because she takes good care of her mother as well. But I do want
yes,
to say, because oftentimes we don't give people their flowers while they're still living, and I
right,
want to truly honor her on tonight and say, I'm proud of you, Miss Holly. Continue doing what you're doing,
yes.
and
And she
your
give she
Your
she sent us
Boaz,
great
husband.
she
Huh?
sent us great questions too.
She does. She does.
And give us good comments.
She said we all spent the block.
Okay.
Write that book, Darryle. Spent the block.
Oh
In
yes,
the
it's
block.
coming. It's coming.
We spent the block, y'all.
Okay.
All right, everybody. Tune in to the next time. We're going to be our next episode is supposed to be airing on the 18th, but we have a special guest, and she works on the Monday, so we're going to have a show on the 19th, which is the Tuesday. It's going to be a great
Yeah.
show. She is a screenplay writer, but her story is amazing. And we're going to be talking about mothers of inmates. So tune
Right.
in on the 19th at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time as we dive in with Miss Teresa. Again, I want to thank everybody for tuning in to the Healing Project on tonight. Everybody have a wonderful, blessed night and the rest of your week. Talk with y'all soon.
And be blessed.
Thank you,
Bye.
Darryle.
Thank you, Mr. Darrell.
Thank you, guys, ladies.
Thank you.